So chapter 8, we discuss about organ functions. So the words here, the same meaning, kind of special place or room. So that's basically in ancient times, especially for rulers' library area. And mi means like some secret. And dian, some more book, great book, new book. So that still means something important with some secret we will discuss in this chart, this part, these chapters. So let's see what are the secrets we discuss in this chapter. So we are discuss about Zangfu organs functions here. So Huang Di asked, I like to know the function of 12 Zang organs and its relationship. So basically, they say 12 Zang organs. So basically, including all the Zangfu organs. Usually we talk about 5 Zang, but truly including targeting 6 Zang there. And we also have 6 organs. So totally it's 12 organs. 12 organs. So basically discuss about organs functions. Then discuss here, Qi Bo, we say that's Huang Di's masters, and the explanation for it. Heart, yeah, heart is the organs similar like a monitor. Yeah, monitor. When we talking about the herbs, we talking about the 君臣佐使. So that's 出来君. Yeah, 君 organ. So what they functionally control 的神 明 just means bright or clear. So 神明 means the spirit is clear. And then talking about the lung. Organ like a minister. Does help with the heart. And for 志节 means management. What are the management? Management for control all our body qi. So we're talking about the qi circulation start from hand, dian meridian, that's lung meridian. Hand, dian, lung meridian. qi circulation start from there. Qi circulation started from there. And we say when we felt pulse, mainly we felt pulse in 寸口. 寸口 is the lung meridian located part. The lung meridian located part. From there we can feel the qi circulation. So that's we say lung control all of the qi. Control all of the qi. Sending qi to all the organs. So what means manager or 志节 here? Lung can sending qi or decided how many qi sending to other organs. I think when we talking about the people insomnia, we have different kind of pattern. Some pattern, people difficult to fall asleep. Some pattern, people wake up early. Especially if they wake up early, between 3 to 5 a.m. That's truly long time. But it's not because lung have some trouble. It's truly not enough qi and blood to sending. Pretty similar like we talking about the food bank. So what's the lung doing? Lung just control or management, like how much food sending to other people. They just control it. So like if we have 100 people here need food, but we only have 80 food, like enough for 80 people. So certainly, like another 20 people, they don't have food. So that's the people wake up in the early morning. So nothing wrong with like management for food bank, just not have enough food. So that's the lung working there. That's the lung working there. If not enough qi and nutrition to send it, so people wake up early. So that's the 志节 or management for the lung meaning. They can management or decided how many qi and blood sending to other meridian or channel or organs. Then talking about the liver. Liver is the organ general and responsible for strategy, like decided, like in the army, to decided what to do. And the gallbladder is the organs like justice, justice. So that we make a decision. So that's clinically we talking about the people gallbladder qi deficiency. The pretty typical symptoms is difficult to make a decision. So that's talking about organs function here and the pericardium. Truly including pericardium, we are 12 organs together. Pericardium, they say evolves, and for happy and joy. So we know Thus, usually by 5 organs, we're talking about that's relationship with the heart. But truly, pericardium, right now we're talking about it is the protection part of the heart. They show the same emotions. And the spleen stomach, thus the organ control of all digestion. So we're always talking about the middle jaw. We are not truly separate. We put the spleen stomach together. So digestions, absorptions, and the transportations of different kind of flavor coming from the food. So still the same right now we're talking about. Then large intestine. Large intestine basically transportations. So transportations basically they go to tubular part relieve to the stool. Clear part absorption already. And the small intestine receptors and absorptions for nutrition, digestions, receptor food and digested food, and absorption. So pretty similar right now, still the same function here. Then the kidney, kidney is the organ. We are not only talking about like bladder function later discharging. Basically, we're talking about kidney. Responsible for the scale. What means scale? People do everything need the scale. So that's basically we're talking about kidney essence function here. Kidney essence with more power. In other words, if kidney deficiency will like influence any of the function, including people smart. Then 三焦, they say look like the passing route, regular water. And bladder. Bladder received water and discharging the water from the urine. So basically, through the qi transformation and then relieve the urine. So that's the function still similar like right now we talk about. So that's the 12 organs maintenance their functions. They need a balance. If they losing balance, they will get sick or illness. So the main thing is the heart. If the heart loses function, other organs will losing their normal functions. And similar for other organs. If other organs losing function, still got the problem. So that's Jason say that's pretty similar like control a country's country, and like the controller is not losing balance, other organs will be normal, and the country will be pretty stronger. So just use the same ruler in the human being and in the like a controlled country and other things. So let's go back to Sanjiao. So Sanjiao, we say, Sanjiao is the organ we talked about before. They have a name. We say they named Sanjiao. They named Sanjiao. But truly, they don't have form. We know Sanjiao including upper jiao, middle jiao, and the lower jiao. But that's just kind of upper, middle, lower part. But not like other organs, like stomach. We know it formed what they look like, stomach. The lung, it look like. So if we try to draw a picture for Sanjiao, how we can draw a picture for Sanjiao? So Sanjiao, we say that's the qi, blood, and liquid passing the root, or water passing the root. I like to say Sanjiao just like a highway. Sanjiao just like a highway. We are not truly see where it is, but truly it is especially for water passing through Sanjiao. So that's we say regulating water. Like clinically, people have water disorder, like a water retention or even edema. We mainly go to Sanjiao. So that's it decided or control how much water circulation inside the body. So that's we say Sanjiao here. This makes sense?
Quick question, Du, for Sanjiao.
Yeah.
Is it only about water, or could be about qi as well? For example, when you have on the upper jaw, you have qi which stagnate, and you have deficiency of qi in the lower jaw. You can use the Sanjiao to move the qi down and to recreate the passage, right? Or is it just only about water passage?
So mainly for water.
Mainly for water. Okay.
Yeah, mainly for water.
Okay.
Especially mentions in Huang Di Nei Jing, they say mainly for water.
Okay.
But truly we know is like a qi kind of disorder. We still can working for Sanjiao. Like a qi not moving, water not moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, to see if we have more questions in this part. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So in this, in yellow imperial, we have, so indeed, it's what I see from here. Heart is mental activity in this model, Shen.
Yeah.
So heart doesn't, in this context, doesn't have emotion. Emotion is separated and is attributed to pericardium. but in the canons of the previous books, how was this when pericardium was not arrived yet, and pericardium channel didn't arrive yet, and in more ancient concept, what was heart? So he is just brain, let's say brain, but before this, when pericardium didn't exist in the model, what was heart in terms of emotion?
Yeah, so still remember just the last chapter when we talking about 5 organs there, we didn't talking about pericardium. We only talking about 5 脏 organ, truly emotionally still relationship to the heart. So in here, because in this chapter, they mainly talking about 12 organs, then they separate. So basically, heart and the pericardium, their relationship, they are the same 5 elements. They are both belong to fire. So like in last chapters, if we put pericardium there, pericardium should be go to the same section with the heart. So in this chapter, we specially separate here. So that's we say heart mainly control like for the spirit, for the shen, mental activity part. And then pericardium mainly control for the emotions. But truly, clinically, you can thinking about it together. So that's just like we say with yin yang, we separate yin yang. With heart, we still separate the 2 parts of the heart. One part of heart still is the heart organ. Another part is the heart, is the pericardium. So pericardium takes some functionally mainly go to some emotions like happiness and joy. So that's still, still belong to the heart. Yeah, we couldn't say because we put for the pericardium, does not belong to the heart. Does still belong to the heart. This we try to little bit separated here, but truly they still belong to heart.
And Jean, so Jean?
Yeah, go ahead.
So here it was separated, but in more ancient time, it was not. It was all together, mental and emotional, belonging to heart, right?
Yeah, here's still the ancient time. Here's still the ancient time.
In the time which were more ancient than this book.
So we don't have any book earlier than this book. This is the oldest book, Huang Di Nei Jing. Yeah, we don't have any other book earlier than this. This is the oldest one. So just a different way to say, if we say 5 zang organ, truly all the emotions, shen, will go to heart. If we say 6 zang organs, then we separate the pericardium. So pericardium takes some heart functionally. It's not means heart not control. Like a heart control the shen, have big shen control, but heart also control other 4 zang shen in there. So if we try to go to 6 zang organs, we separate heart function with pericardium function. But generally, we are not that truly separate heart pericardium function. We just put heart pericardium together. So including the Shen function and also including the emotion. But if we try to separate, so heart more control Shen part and the pericardium more control emotion part. So that's in other words, we have 6 organs. We need to give some function for pericardium. It not means pericardium no useful.
So, you know, I think it's my misunderstanding because I asked you already this question and you answered, and still I think I forgot. Again, at some point in time, we did pericardium channel, if to talk about channel. PC channel didn't exist. It was just heart channel. It was before this book, right?
So what do you mean before this book?
So my question, to my knowledge, at some point in development of Chinese medicine, Chinese medicine didn't have pericardium channel. It was just heart channel. At what point of time it was?
Okay.
Before?
Okay, you're talking about the 11 channels. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but truly, in this book, we're adding pericardium. Yes, originally we don't have pericardium. Yes.
So this was before the very ancient book, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then we go to the kidney. Kidney, we say that's more great power and the response for the scale. And the sanjiao is the passing route for qi and the blood and the water. Not mainly for blood, qi and water mainly. And the bladder. Bladder basically through qi functions and relieve actual water. So that's we talking about 12 organs. They need to keep the balance. Any of the organs losing balance, people will be sick. And these kind of ruler not only for the human being, and also for everything, also like a controlled country. So that's the ruler here. If the monarchy, like the heart, it's not clear, it's not smart, they're losing their functions. All the other organs, including itself, that's 12 organs, will be dangerous and will losing the functions and will getting sick. That means severe kind of damage of the body. And this kind of ruler, also like people maintain their healthy condition. If we are not follow this ruler and to practice like a healthy maintenance condition, yang sheng. This is not yang, this is yang. Yang second tongue, yang third tongue, sheng one tongue. So that just means maintenance of cultured healthy weight. So if we are not like still talking about if heart not clear, that will cause the illness. Illness will be happen. and also similar like a controlled country. The country will be dangerous. So basically, in this page, they just mentions how important like managers or the heart, if they have disorder, all the other organs will be get damaged. So heart is so important. So that's the ruler of Dao. That's the ruler of Dao. It's not only idea. I think you change it to ruler maybe better. Yeah, ruler or law. That's basically we know. So everything is complicated, but we know that the king will be control everything, like a heart control everything. So that is not easy understanding, but we should know it. Then we will like know everything and follow it. So that's still mentioned, still tell. So every big thing coming from number of small things. They may from beginning to changing, and then getting bigger and bigger. So that's formed everything. So that's basically if small aspects we are not pay attention, they will be getting bigger changing later. So that's so Huang Di say, oh great, that's so important. So we should keep this kind of important idea and pick up a special kind of time, like people don't eat special kind of things and pick up a special kind of day and then put to the libraries and store it in there. So that's the last page here. So basically, they just in these chapters, just talking about 12 organs and their relationship, but especially mentions in these 12 organs, heart is more important because they control the Shen. So that's in this chapter.